There's no in-betweens. We like to have discussions and come up with conspiracies and other theories of what coulda, shoulda, woulda. But the actuality is that. Take your hand right here. Go sit it on the top of your stove top and turn it on. Don't move it. You're going to get burnt, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. Simple. You stub your toe. The shit's going to hurt.
Mm-hmm.
You out here playing with guns, the likes of people that don't care about their lives or you. What do you think is going to happen?
Somebody going to come at you.
That the actual is the actual. It doesn't matter how much pride you have, how much love you have for others, or what that you think you have for yourself. The real deal is just that. They say, like I said, play fire, you get burned. You live by the gun, you die by the gun. The actual is the actual.
Okay, so let me ask you, what do you think Mo3's biggest mistake was?
What do you mean?
Like,
as far as his movements?
No, as far as him as a person. What do you knowing what you know about him right now? What do you think is if you was able to have spoke to him while he was alive, and you could have said something to him, what would you have told him?
I think if I was able to speak to Mo3, if he was alive, it would have been just like Vlad talking to him. It's too late. It's too late. He's a grown man. It's too late. Like I said, we can have the conversation on what coulda, shouldas, but it's too late. He's already in this shit. The only thing you could have did was to try to get yourself out of the environment. But it doesn't change who you are. Your thought process would be the same. Because
basically you're saying you would have came at him just like that?
You have to. What am I supposed to do? You're talking about somebody who's been going through things for their whole childhood life, their adult life. They see things from a different perspective. And now I'm going to come in and intervene on a grown man who's already out in the streets. Why do you think the cops just let this play out? This is my job. I get paid regardless if you guys live or not. Why am I intervening? Even by what Vlad said, it didn't change anything. If it did, he'd still be here. We'd be having a different conversation. So that's why when people say, oh no, I teach children, I try to help children at where they are because they're only learning from adults that don't know no better, right? Their parents, their children are recipients of these parents that don't have this shit together. And unfortunately, when you reproduce and your life is not stable and we just pass that on to our kids. And now the kids are trapped in a home that is unstable with shit going on, whatever it happens, by themselves, and they go to the streets, right? Now they're out in the streets and they're engaging with all of the world, the dirtiness of the world at night, because it ain't nothing fun happening out there, right? They're engaging in that, and now they're coming with their own perspective, and they turn into a grown man. It's too late for me to say, oh, Mo3, you know what? You should kind of change your lifestyle. Nigga, he already on the path. What the fuck am I going to say? So that intervention comes from within.
So you basically saying once you get too far gone,
there ain't no why? Because you do have to look over your head. You out here fucking with folks that's fucking with you. This is serious. Now you at war, my nigga. I can't pull you out of war with just some words. Nigga, you strap up. You got to see this shit to the end. That's just what it is. That's why I say the actual is the actual. We can create any story in between that we want to. But how you live your life is telltale on how you will live the rest of your life. Will we make it out here the right way?
So do you blame Miss Nicole or not blame her? Is Miss Nicole should be condemned for any of Mo3 sins?
I don't know because this goes deeper. What was her situation? You get what I'm saying? She can only be the mother that she knows to be. Well, how far does this go? We were talking last night when we was watching something on TV about generational curses. Matter of fact, no. It was Hernandez Govan when he was talking about his daughter.
There
his
we go.
lifestyle.
Ooh, that was deep.
His lifestyle. That was deep. And that's the realest shit you can say.
You say who? Say it again.
I said Hernandez Govan. He did his interview and he was talking about his daughter and how people blamed him for his death daughter with the Dolph case. And he was saying, no, her death had nothing to do with the case, but the way it intertwines with him is because she watched how he lived. She emulated his lifestyle. He mentioned her mom's side of the family is church folks. They good folks. They got their shit together, right? She didn't take after them. She's in the hip hop. She in the clubs, flashing the jewelry and the money. That's the life that he lives. So when you're talking about generational curses, there you go. So when you come from a hoe mama, you're going to be a hoe and you're going to teach your daughter how to be a hoe. Is that rude to say? Yeah, in some cases, because mama may change. But at the end of the day, she couldn't teach you nothing that she didn't know. So grandma, great grandmother, everybody is fucking responsible for why the generation is the way they are. It starts in the home, not outside. And when the children go outside, then you have even more of a problem because the home life is fucked up and now they got to deal with the streets. So I can't necessarily say it's her because we can only do what we know in the best way that we can. But the whole shit is fucked up. So when is anybody going to start realizing that and trying to fix it?
Nah, you said some shit though. And the key to it, that what you just said that fucked me up, was that even though you try not to live with their sins, it's deeper than what people think. Because when Goldman Hernandez said what he said, bro, every father, every mother got to think about that.
Right.
Every father, even me, I even think about that. Even the good ones.
Because what you do and how you
reflects on your kids.
I had emotions and feelings in my life before I had my children. That's why they say you got to work on yourself, get therapy, whatever you do, because you pass these along. You know what I'm saying? And I would be remiss to say, oh, I didn't pass any of my feelings on or my perspectives on to my kids. Why? That's exactly